Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing awesome today. I'm Samantha, and I'm a therapist, and I'm creating a video every day for a whole year to get over my fear of public speaking and social anxiety. And this is video 145 of 365. I cannot believe I haven't missed one day. Still going. Thought today we'd talk about saturating your mind. What are you saturating your mind with? I love the word saturate because it indicates that like you're basically flooding your mind with something. So, which basically means you're continuously, dominantly thinking about something, and it's being done on purpose. We're going to saturate our mind on purpose. So in order to shift from your old self to your new self, the 1.0 you to the 2.0 you that we've been talking about for so many videos, we've got to decide to saturate our minds with something different than we are already saturating our minds with. So think about how, you wake up in the morning, do kind of an audit on yourself throughout the day. This is my best advice, is like really pay attention to where are my thoughts beginning? Like right when you wake up, what's the first thing you think? What's the first thing you feel? What emotion do you feel in your body? What's your body feeling every day? A lot of times I've heard of the Sunday scaries is what they call them on Sunday evening, like around, I don't know, like 5, 6 o'clock at night. People start to get anxious about the next day because it's Monday and it's back to work again. Some people don't work on Mondays. Some people's weekends are Tuesday, Wednesday. Everybody's got something different. But that's just an example of something that we experience out of almost habit. And until we shift that habit of thinking that we're so dominantly used to doing, then nothing will change. If you just think that, like, if I don't change anything, then that means nothing will change. So that is a terrible return on your investment to invest in something that is not going to involve a change or a transformation at the end. So we want to deliberately, with intention, think on purpose. So you're going to start thinking thoughts on purpose, and you might need to tell yourself that. I'm deciding in this moment to disrupt this thought pattern that I'm having, and I'm going to disrupt this emotion that I'm having as well. And I'm going to start thinking something differently. And our emotions show up in the body. You do not want to ever ignore your feelings and your emotions. You want to let them pass through your body, because a lot of times we're ignoring what we're thinking and feeling. And that's where the creation really is. It's like that's where the power is. If we can just feel what's going on and let it pass through as energy does, and just start to feel it instead of suppressing it or ignoring it, or just acting like it's not there and going about the day. It's like, no, let's feel it for a second and use it as data. Use it as an indicator of where are my thoughts, where are my beliefs, and not to just stay there, but really be with the feeling. And it was something I watched. If you haven't checked out this guy, and I refer to a lot of people in my videos, so this is another really cool guy. I think his name is Joe Hudson, and he does these quick, like 10 to 15 minute coaching sessions randomly for free on his podcast workshop type of thing that he does. And he tells you kind of like, he goes through this genius way of coaching people and gets them to feel the feelings. And then by the end, they're feeling like really awesome and they just feel so much better. But the point is that when you feel a feeling instead of resisting the feeling, that's whenever you can actually like let go of the feeling. You can kind of let it pass through you instead of letting it make you spiral or letting it just sit dormant in you. And then it's basically what I would call is like, it's kind of like a virus. It just kind of sits in you and causes illness and disease, because disease in the body is from dis-ease in the mind. So if you look at it that way, so if you have dis-ease going on, it's just going to settle somewhere in your body. And we don't want that. We want it to just be an indicator. It's just a data point. Like, oh, I'm feeling sad. Okay, why am I feeling sad? And just feel the sadness Be with your body and feel it and let it pass through. And then there's no need for it to really be there anymore. But when we ignore it and we resist it and we try to cover it up and act like it's not there, and we basically deny it, then it's just going to kind of sit there. And it's going to be what, in my opinion, turns into depression or anxiety or another disorder of some sort, or, lots of things. Relationship issues, it'll show up like that as a symptom. There's lots of symptoms that things that we ignore show up as. So if you will feel your feelings, that's number one. And maybe if you don't know how to feel your feelings, I can do some teaching on how to feel. So that might be something that we need to work on. And if you have that, if you have that need, let me know. In the comments, just say, I need to know how to feel my feelings. I don't know how to, because some people are numb and they've numbed themselves out so much and dismissed themselves so much that they're used to it. And so it seems normal to not feel. And then you're not only not feeling the bad feelings, the negative feelings, but you're not feeling joy either, or excitement. So you're kind of apathetic, like you just don't really feel much of anything. And that can turn into big relationship issues, like huge. And it'll show up in your parenting. It'll show up in every facet of your life. So you want to make sure you're saturating your mind with the proper things, because you're already doing it. If you just remember that, you're already imagining something all day long. And so start doing this with intention and start generating that mental state that I always talk about. That mental state is going to help you manifest we're manifesting 24/7, but it's going to give you a lot more power and, in my opinion, a better quality of life to really think about, what is it that I actually want to feel on a daily basis? It's not just what do I want to get, it's what do I want to feel on a daily basis? Because we only think we want something because we're thinking we're going to feel a feeling when we get it. So you might as well generate that feeling right now, even without having it. And that's the magic of all of this. It's like you can literally trick your brain and body to think that you're already in a future that hasn't even happened yet, but it technically thinks that it has already. So remember to think about, what am I imagining 24/7? What stories am I telling myself on repeat? What inner conversations am I having with someone? Am I fighting in my mind with someone? I was doing that today. I was thinking about something and my mind just kept going and going. And I was like, wait a minute, we gotta rewind here and we gotta change the story up. And your brain will just do it. And you don't even know it until you're present. So that shows that I wasn't fully being as present as I normally am. And so that's a good indication of, hey, we got to practice being more present. So I think this is a practice for everyone. I'm not perfect at it, but I love practicing it and I love teaching it, because I've never felt as good as I do. Every single day I feel better and better and better. And just by practicing and reminding myself, hey, this is a game we're in. This is a simulation. We're creating everything. Like, if we don't believe that, what if that is true? And how cool is that? We can create anything we want just by changing our mental state. And our mental state can be changed just by imagining something that we want. Oh my God, it's so cool. I just love that. And it's so much better than spiraling out of control. That is just not where we want to be. That is not fun. What is fun is feeling good. So make your number one job to feel good, but yet acknowledge those feelings you're feeling. Don't resist them, because resistance is going to cause other issues. You want things to just flow. And there might be a fear to feel feelings. But I will tell you, if you won't resist feeling, then the fear will just naturally dissipate. It's pretty amazing what happens when you actually stop avoiding your feelings and actually let them just pass through. And you sit with it and you're like, wow, I feel sad. And then, just freaking feel it. Oh my gosh, just feel it for a few seconds. It'll pass. You'll feel it exiting your body. It's pretty amazing. Just identify that you're feeling it and say, yep, I feel this in my stomach. I feel this in my head. I feel this wherever you feel it. I feel this in my heart. My heart hurts, and just do some deep breathing Take care of yourself, give yourself that care that you're desperately most likely needing. And this will help with quality of life. This will help. This is part of your foundation is self-care. And then we can manifest faster. We can manifest anything from a good foundation, and you'll be able to keep it. It'll just be, it won't get like taken away because you have this bad belief about yourself that you don't get to keep nice things that you want or whatever the case is. And we'll get into belief systems in another video, but just this main topic today, I wanted to be about saturating your mind on purpose with something that you're feeding it. You're feeding it a good mental diet. You're feeding your brain with a good mental diet. What are you consuming daily? What are you feeding it? And really watch what you're saying to yourself and what you're thinking about dominantly, because that is what will project out in people, events, everything. So just do a self-audit. What thought do I first think when I wake up in the morning? And you might need to replace that thought. If it's oh man, I woke up, dang it, oh, I want to go back to sleep. Well, there's already a negative thought. So we've got to work on changing that. And I love to say thank you. Just when you wake up, you're like, thank you. And that's it. Just go about your day. And anytime you have just this bad feeling in your stomach or something like that, acknowledge it. Say, I've got a bad feeling in my stomach. I wonder what emotion is attached to this. And just kind of audit yourself. Shadow yourself during the day. Like there's somebody, you're next to you, shadowing you. Be like, okay, what, train your shadow. Just train yourself. That's all you're doing. You're practicing and training for a new skill set. So I will leave you with this, and I will be back tomorrow. And thank you so much for watching. If this helped you, please share it with somebody. I would so appreciate that. I just want to get the word out on how to regulate your emotions and manifest from a great place instead of from desperation or something. So keep persisting in what you want and saturate that mind of yours. And I promise you're going to start feeling better and you're going to be different. And pretty soon you're going to wake up and you're not even going to recognize yourself anymore because you're going to be feeling so good. You deserve that. So I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.